This is a video I don't want to make. I've been dreading this video for quite some time, and unfortunately thinking about and planning what I was going to say about this video for the past couple of weeks now. For those of you that have been following me on social media, you'll know that I made the I mentioned that my father years ago was diagnosed with cancer, and as the years went on, he had gotten sicker and sicker. And then on January 7th, which happened to also be my son Tommy's birthday, my father passed away in the hospital after multiple attempts to resuscitate him. Obviously, went unsuccessful. So my father passed away, and we're having the wake this week. The end of this week, he has to be cremated. So he will be the ceremony for his cremation is actually going to be tomorrow, as of the recording of this video. And I just as this channel is meant to be my vlogging channel, I feel this is a major moment in my life. And a lot of people did have a lot of questions, and a lot of people asked me actually if I was going to make a video about this in memory of him. I did one for my first dog, Cookie, and I know there's no comparison between a father and a pet, but at the same time, yes, everybody kind of knew I was going to make a video about this. So I'm not going to sit here and paint a beautiful, amazing, crazy, like the best father-son relationship in the world. Anyone who knows me or who knew about my father and myself, we definitely weren't the picture-perfect father-son. We had a lot of differences. We didn't get along a lot. I respected him as my father. I respected him as a person, and I know he did the same for me. And we both loved each other as a father and son would, but we definitely did not get along a lot of the time. There were things about me that he didn't understand. There were things about him at times that were very critical towards me. So it's hard. This is hard to talk about, and there's going to be a couple of pauses. This is a straightforward video, but I do remember a lot of the good times, and I'm glad to say that the good times definitely outweigh the bad. Sadly, the bad ones were bad, definitely. But I decided to take the time for this video instead of sitting here and talking about how dysfunctional my relationship was with my father. Instead, to talk about my family just in general and the memories that we had that were good, which were always us together. And a lot of people, I don't think, would understand my family, or as some people would put it, maybe my family's dynamic. I just consider it family. Growing up, we were a very small family. It was myself, my brother, my mother, my father, and my grandmother. It was the five of us, and we did things together constantly. When Michael and I were younger, it was every Friday we would end up going somewhere at night, whether it be shopping, the movies, somewhere. And if it was the movies, my grandmother would stay home. But usually if we went to like Kmart, Toys R Us, when Best Buy came around, Best Buy, all five of us would go. We'd have weekend trips, especially in the summer. Every Saturday, my dad worked Monday to Friday, and he was off Saturday and Sunday. So we'd always plan a family trip on the weekends when it was summer, especially. But like I said, even in the winter, we would plan something. And sometimes it'd be going to Staten Island. Sometimes it would be going to Six Flags. Sometimes it would be going to a place called Adventureland. We had Wild West City in New Jersey. There were so many places that we were surrounded by that there was no shortage of places that a family can go and have a good time. And it was always the five of us. We always went as a group. We always did things together. And growing up in that, that's one of the things I feel that I took away from my family, is that the importance of a family, especially a family as small as we were. Now we have cousins, we have uncles and aunts all over the world, and they all have their own things that they do. And I don't want to make it sound like it's just the five of us and that's it. But all of mine and Michael's life, that's how it was. It was always us, and we did go to a few family functions here or there. But for 90% of our lives, the five of us together was what it was. And slowly that's changed as time moved forward. It all started many years ago when Cindy and I actually first got together, where Grandma started to gain or started her symptoms with dementia, Alzheimer's, and slowly she'd start to forget things, and at some point she didn't want to go out at all anymore. She didn't want to go out anywhere, and it continued to degenerate her mind. She's still with us, thank God. I don't want to knock on the. I'll knock this and knock wood. She's still with us, but unfortunately, her dementia has definitely gotten a lot worse since it started, and that's where that's where the division of, or the end of the five, or our family outings and stuff started. And then later on down the road, as you all know, Michael moved out. And then now with Dad passing away, it's just Mom and myself left, and my family in the house. And now a lot of people like to make fun of it. I'm not going to make this a preach moment, but a lot of people like to make fun of, you still live with your family. Yes, I value my family, and the fact also is that Cindy and I got together before Mike and Ellie did. There was another apartment. We live in a house that has many apartments, and there was one available. And when Cindy got pregnant, my mom gave us that apartment. We have our own separate apartment. It's our own separate bills, our own separate problems, our own separate everything. The only reason I'm still recording here is because I don't want to move all my equipment. Everybody's used to seeing this room, or which is now becoming an office anyway. If you all saw my update video, I didn't post it on this main channel. You can go over to Dark Avenger C86. I don't think I'm going to be doing that anymore, or posting that up on this channel. I will keep the clips though, that we're going to go before and after it, and I'll put in a different vlog later on. But anyway, we have our own place. I'm very happy with it, and especially now where I know my family is going to need me the most, I'm glad I'm close. And Michael is still close as well. He only moved a couple of blocks away, so we know he's here when we need him. And that's the important thing, is that he's here, and he has been here, and I know he will be here as we need him. But looking now at what's happened and losing Dad, it makes me look back on those times that it was the five of us doing whatever. Even if it was going to the cemetery to put flowers down on my grandfather and uncle's grave, it makes you look back on those moments and really cherish them, and think about them even more. I mean, there are some holiday memories with when we would go to Decker Farm, that's in Staten Island, and we would be picking pumpkins. There are memories where there was a fair, the I think Oktoberfest fair, maybe. And there's memories there. Memories of taking a trip down to Virginia, going to Old Fashioned Alexandria, and just having a good time. We found an awesome comic shop there with a great comic shop owner, and we went several times, and he got to know us later on as we came more and more. And I don't know what happened after Sandy, because we had stopped going at that point, but those trips were fun. The one time that unfortunately Grandma couldn't come was when we went to Florida. It's the one time we actually went to Disney, my family, and it was the first night we were there. We were in the Magic Kingdom, I remember. And as anyone who's been to Disney knows, every night they have the light parade, and then they do the fireworks. I'm not sure if that still stands to this day. This was back in 1999, right before the turn of the century. And there was the light parade. That was the first time I saw the light parade. And then right after that is the fireworks. And I remember we were right in front of the castle in the Magic Kingdom, and we were together. And I was here, Michael was next to me, and my father had like his arms around like all of us, and my mom was also next to my brother, and we were just standing there as a family enjoying the fireworks. And for all the dysfunctions between my father and myself, like I said, the one thing that I will always take away is he is my father, and I always loved him, no matter how bad. And we've had arguments, we've had moments, we've come to close to, I would think we came close to blows maybe at one point. Glad to say it never happened that way, but we came close enough. But in spite of all the bad moments, in spite of all the things and the not understanding each other, it's life is definitely going to be different without him here, and it's weird. It's only been a couple of days, and I'm a creature of habit. I know that I have a specific routine I like, and I don't deviate from that, and it's weird. Even though the last couple of weeks, not months, the last couple of weeks, he literally was more just sitting in bed or sitting on the couch, because he couldn't really go far because he couldn't walk as much. It's weird because my mind knows that he's not there. I know he's not in bed. I know he's not on the couch, and I know he's not in the house. Even after his ashes are, we get his ashes, it's not the same. And it's when you have something for 33 years, this is May will be my 34th birthday. When something has been a constant in your life for 33 years, it's weird. It's sad, and I don't want anyone to think that I'm, I don't know if anybody would take it that I'm being cold right now. A lot of people think that I'm in shock and that it's all going to come to me, and I've had my moments before this video. I'm positive I'm going to have moments after this video, but it's just, again, even if you have a family member out there that you don't get along with, do yourself a favor right now. Find them, hug them, tell them you love them. If you hate them that much, pat them on the back, pat them on the shoulder. Just acknowledge the fact that you are happy, regardless how much you don't like that person. You're happy that they are there, no matter what. That's something I think anyone who's watching this video, I ask you to do that at least, because you never know what tomorrow brings. And even if you don't like that person, whether it be your father, your mother, your brother, your sister, uncles, aunts, whoever, if they are a constant in your life, if they are your family, even your friends, even if they're like your best friend or a friend that you have that you constantly see, just give them a pat on the back. Just acknowledge that you are happy, at the very least, that they are there right now, because they might not be there tomorrow, and then you're going to sit there and think, did I do those moments? And the one thing I can take away also from this is I'm happy to know that I did do that. Every moment of the last week of my father's life, I was there. I was there to help him walk. I was there to help him in bed. I was there when he needed stuff. I was there to get him stuff. And I was there whenever I had to run out to grab something for him. And I know that he knows that. And I always made sure to mention to him, I'm glad you're okay. Keep fighting every single day. Until, unfortunately, that moment, the last moment, his last moments, which also Michael and I kind of are taking, because some of his last moments, the last words he spoke before he stopped talking, were to Michael and me. So that's something else that means something to me. And Michael also, when they were in the hospital, I couldn't go because I had Tommy, and somebody had to stay home. Dad gave Michael a smile. The last time Michael saw him. And that's a huge moment for Michael. And I'm glad that at least I got to hear my father's last words. I know my mother was very broken up because when he was in the hospital, he didn't talk. We don't know if he couldn't or if he didn't want to. He was just looking at everyone. And it's very hard. And I hope everybody understands. There was a lot I wanted to do, and I wanted to start it immediately into the new year, and it became apparent literally on January 1st that we weren't going to have that dad that much longer. And it's because of that I really didn't record any videos. I really didn't do anything. I did the New Year video because I felt it was very important to talk about what I wanted to do this year, and I did a couple of Twitch streams, honestly, to get my mind off of everything. I played with a couple of my friends, James and his cousin Mark, whose real name is Christopher. Anyway, I still find ways to put comedy. I don't understand myself, but I find ways to put funny stuff in. That's how I deal with things. I like to make people laugh. So there's your moment for this video, I guess, if you're laughing at that. but I haven't done anything other than that, and I want everyone to know I do plan on continuing everything I mentioned in that video. I just need a little time to process everything that's going on, and get my family nice and strong again, or as strong as we can be, as I feel like it definitely, I'm the only man in the house right now, so in this house, and Michael's here as well. So Michael and I are definitely going to work on getting our family strong again. And that's the important thing, is Michael and I have always been a very strong team. No matter who got in between us, no matter who tried to cause a problem in between us, we always found a way, whether it be somebody on my end or somebody on Mike's end or somebody who just thinks they know something better than we do. We've always come back together, and we've always been able to team together to do what we need to do. And that's what we're going to do here, is we're going to work as a team and get our family strong again. But I will be back. I do plan on doing everything I said this year, now more so than ever, because I feel like this year is going to be in memory of my father. And that's why everything I said I'm going to do and more is definitely going to happen this year as far as building. I just need a little time to get everything over. And then once everything is nice and set, we will move forward on this channel. We will move forward on Dark Avenger and Twitch and Dark Avenger Gaming on YouTube and everything. We just need a little time, and I'm sure Michael will do a video on this, and he'll say the same thing. So bear with me, please, everyone, just for a little while. And new posts will be coming on Shooting Star Universe soon. New videos on this channel, new videos on Dark Avenger, and new streams. Just need a little bit more time to get through all this first. And I appreciate everyone who sent in condolence, everyone who is watching this and is sending their condolences right now. I appreciate that. I love all of you. I appreciate all of you being here, all of you being alive, and all of you who enjoy my content. I appreciate all of you that hate my content. I appreciate all of you that hate me, all of you that love me, especially the haters, because I feel like you motivate me the most to keep moving forward. Those of you that love me motivate me for sure, 100%. But the ones that hate me, that motivates me to know that I've got to prove certain people who think that things aren't going to work, that they are going to work. So it motivates me to do that. So if you appreciate my work, I appreciate you 100 times over as well. I'm starting to screw up my words, so I'll stop talking like that. My brother did set up a GoFundMe for our mother, because our father didn't have life insurance, and bills for the hospital and everything are coming in as well. If you're interested, you can go check out Michael's Facebook. I'm sure, again, he'll talk more about this in his video. He set that up for our mother, and I think that was wonderful of him to do. Him and Ellie actually worked on it together. So if you'd like to help our mother, if you'd like to send a donation for our father's funeral, or just, again, to help our mother, definitely go check Michael's video out. It's not up yet. My video is going first. I feel like I can do it now, so I wanted to do it now before I psyched myself out. I was kind of debating. I did want to do it, then I didn't want to do it, and then I actually took everything off the computer, and I said I'm not going to do it today, and then I decided I was going to do it today. So I'm sure Michael will talk about it in his video. If you're following Michael on Facebook, it is on his Facebook. You can go on Michael's channel. I'm sure he has a link to his Facebook. You can go on his Facebook and find the fundraiser there. Any help, even sharing it, helps. It's not an obligation. Again, it's just if you'd like to help our mother. If you don't, it's okay as well. Thank you all so much for being a part of this, part of my life. I appreciate all of you again, and I hope you all understand if it's going to be another week, maybe less. I don't know. I got stuff in the mail. I would love to do an Instagram post. I just have to get through the next couple of days at least. Maybe on the weekend I'll start, at least on Instagram. I'll share a couple of things. I got a new game. I got a couple of Funkos and stuff. But yeah, once we get past tomorrow, I'll see if I'll be able to start stuff again. So I hope you all understand. Until then, if you don't see anything new from me for a bit, I completely missed AEW yesterday. I definitely have to watch that on the app, because Brant and I have AEW Aftershock we have to record this weekend, and I plan to keep everything up. I'm hoping to be on Frontline, on Comic Book Weekly on Frontline this coming Tuesday. Michael is as well. I don't want to speak too much for Michael, because I know he's going to have his own video he's doing, but I do want to say that Michael is very much here, and he's doing everything. We're doing everything as a team together to keep our family together. So that's why I mentioned Michael, and I'm sure he'll say the same on his video. Thank you all so much. Have a wonderful whatever time of day it is, and I hope to see you all really soon. Take care.